Hey, Kawhi, Trista Crick, USA Today. There's been a lot of talk about staying focused in the moment, locking in game to game, but as human beings, it's incredibly difficult to not think about the future. How do you personally stay present? What's your process?
Just stay in the same routine and just focus on what's in front of me, really. Obviously, like you said, as human beings, we do think in the future. Been thinking in the future since, the beginning of the season, just trying to get to this point. But you just got to stay current and stay in your routine, be patient, and don't rush anything.
Tim in the back right.
Kawhi, Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press, back here. You were on, of course, the Spurs team in 13 that was up 3-2. Then you guys were up 3-1. You closed it out in 14. Obviously, you have a chance to close out now. The fact that you've been in this situation a few times, is there anything that's different about a finals closeout game than trying to close one out in the first 3 rounds?
Obviously, you're playing against a better team, championship team. That's pretty much the only difference of it, other than a regular playoff game. You're just playing against a better team at that point in time.
Davide on the right side.
Kawhi, Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. Canada's getting crazy about the Raptors, and you're one win away from doing something historic like winning a championship. Do you guys embrace this frenzy game taken around you, or you're keeping them out just to stay focused on the game?
I think we've been embracing it this whole time. Just enjoying the support and the energy that they're bringing to the team. And, with that being said, it's just, they help us stay focused in a moment, and we just got to be patient. Don't rush anything. And stay focused on what we're doing. Just take it a minute at a time.
Standing over here on the left side.
Kawhi, Lucas Meyer, News Talk 1010 Toronto. Kawhi, there was some speculation earlier this week that you had purchased property in the city. I'm just curious if you wanted to clarify if in fact that actually occurred.
No, it didn't. It didn't happen yet. No.
And just one follow up, and then for the game tonight, for the game tomorrow, excuse me. Do you feel you guys an opportunity to close out at home Game 5 without going back to Oakland? Do you guys feel as a unit any kind of internal pressure to get it done here, avoid going back to Oakland? Or is that more of a kind of an externality that the conversation about pressure is something that doesn't really, get into the room, if you will?
It is pressure with every game, but I don't think it's any added pressure to it. We still got to go out there and, play a basketball game. Whatever game or significance of the game or time, you always, either want to play great defense or make a shot. So it's pretty much just a title over it right now, and just go out and play it, enjoy it, and whatever happens, we'll see the results.
Arash on the left side.
Kawhi, Arash Madani from Sportsnet to your left. Because your season, you played so few games last year, the fact that you're now in the finals and been part of this run, does that individually, personally make that sweeter for you?
Yeah, the year I had last year and then just be able to play in the finals this year has been great. But, I've been happy just being able to return back to basketball at the beginning of the regular season. And it's, pretty much something that, I look back on of not being able to play, and now I'm able to play. So it's just like, to me, just enjoy this while you're here, because you never know when, those times will come. You're not going to be able to play or you get injured. So that's what my mindset, really comes from, and, what made me grow as a player. Because those are the worst times in, basketball. It's not losing games or, missing shots. It's about you being able to play or not on the floor. Just what we grew up our whole lives to, or I grew up my whole life wanting to do, is to play in the NBA. And, when that's taken away, it's terrible.
Standing on the left side.
Kawhi, Alex Wong, Yahoo Sports. You know, you've talked a lot in the playoffs about not caring about individual stats and more about team wins. I'm wondering, after a game, when you're looking at a box score in this series, what are the stats you're looking at that jumps out to you to tell you that the team's played a good game?
Looking at rebounds, turnovers, and field goal percentage for each team, and obviously points in the paint, and just seeing you know, what was the runs. That's pretty much it. But the big three things that I look at is turnovers and rebounds and field goal percentage.
Michael here on the left.
Kawhi, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Just going back to your mindset and things, were you always able to stay present, or was that sort of a skill you've developed over your career? And maybe what did you do? What were your role models, if that was the case?
I kind of, you know, just growing up playing basketball, pretty much. Like I always say, just learning from, you know, past experience, past games that I lost, games that I won, seeing what I felt like or what I was thinking at those specific times, and just bringing it back to, you know, current day reality, the moment that I'm in, and, you know, making sure I could use, you know, the things that were good and delete the things that were bad to, you know, help me be more successful.
When did you feel like you'd really kind of reached a good level at that? Like when did you kind of feel like mentally you'd sort of reached a high level in that ability?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get better every day today with it. You know, either with basketball or off the floor. You know, it's an everyday battle.
Mark on the right side.
Kawhi, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. You can't blame players when they get excited and celebrate in the middle of a big victory. And you guys had 2 epic wins in Oracle. But after Game 4, you all marched off, and anyone who watched that would have thought you guys had been defeated. How is it possible that all 15 of you could all have that same expression that looked like maybe you lost the game instead of won it?
I think it's just we're focused. We know that it doesn't mean anything until someone has 4 wins. You never know what could happen, and you gotta take advantage of it, and, you know, don't get overly hyped and excited. Still a great basketball team on the other side, and I think that was our mindset. We had a goal going out there, and, you know, we accomplished it, and now we have to do it in, you know, possible 3 games. Got to win 1.
Thank you, Kawhi.